Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Michael, and in today's video, not only do I have great lighting because it's not midnight right now, but I'm going to be talking about 5 key ways that you can start saving more money right now every single week. A lot of people think that saving money has to be something that's so boring and that you have to do it kind of begrudgingly because it stinks. But in fact, if you know what you're doing and if you have some help along the way, and if you just get a little creative, saving money can actually be a lot of fun. And when you start to save more money, you can start using that money for other things, whether it be investing or paying off some debt you have, or saving up to do things like buy a house or buy a new car or just buy something that you want to buy. As we get into today's video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, like it if you haven't liked it already, and subscribe to the channel because I really appreciate it when you subscribe. That also allows my channel to go out there to more people and hopefully impact people to start saving money, thinking about their future, and become more financially minded. But without further ado, let's get on to tip number 1 on how you can start saving money each and every week. So I call this tip avoiding costly pick-me-ups. If you don't know what a pick-me-up is, it's basically when you go out and you go through like a drive-through or you pick something up from the store that you didn't already have at your house and you have to pay money for it. When it comes to pick-me-ups, a lot of YouTube channels like to talk about the big one, which is not paying for coffee but instead making it from your own home. So how this works is that you don't go out and you don't buy coffee from Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or all those other places that are just selling you overpriced coffee. Instead, you become your own barista and you make coffee from your own home and you can make it however you like. Each week, if you were to go out and buy coffee, you'd be spending a lot of money, and that's money that you could put towards other things. So if you start making the habit to make coffee from the comfort of your own home, you will save yourself a lot of money, especially during the week and especially over the course of a year. The other thing that you can start saving money on by not going out and buying it at a drive-thru is by not buying breakfast at a drive-thru somewhere, like at Dunkin' Donuts or Taco Bell. Do people go to Taco Bell for breakfast? Instead of going out and buying and paying someone else to make you breakfast, what you should simply do is set your alarm clock 10 minutes earlier and wake up to make yourself your own breakfast. The other thing you can do to start saving yourself some money, especially as we're on the topic of food, and that is to pack your own lunch when you go off to work. Instead, what a lot of people like to do is that they'll just leave their work and go through a drive-thru somewhere. They'll spend money at a drive-thru, or they're gonna go spend money at a vending machine or something like that where they work. But usually, not only is a vending machine lunch not that great, you have to pay money to get it. However, but if you just make something at your house, not only will it be way better, because trust me, I'm sure anyone can make a better lunch than what comes out of a vending machine. Not only can you make yourself a better lunch, but you can also make it for way cheaper than if you had to go to some other place like McDonald's, or I can't think of many drive-through places right now. The only two in my head are McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. But you get the picture. Instead of going through and paying someone else to give you lunch, instead make lunch at your house and bring it with you. The second thing that you can do to start saving money throughout the week, and this one's gonna apply to more of those couples out there watching my video, and that is to plan indoor date nights. You see, I think there's this big misconception that in order for something to be a romantic date night, you have to go out and spend a lot of money to get it, which I don't know really where that came from. I think that's just the whole American ideal that society presses on us to get us to spend more money. They want us to go out and spend and buy expensive meals at restaurants. But you don't have to do that to have a good date night. Instead, you can do things like watch a movie from the comfort of your own home, preferably a movie you already have. That way you don't have to spend a lot of money to get it. And you can do things to make it fun. Like you can build a couch for it. Light some candles. Don't burn the house down, but you can light candles to set the mood, put on some mood music, make popcorn, bake your own dessert. You can do things that can make it way more fun than just simply going out to a restaurant and where it's loud and you have to be there with a bunch of other people. You might even have to wait to get your food and stuff like that. You can do it from the comfort of your own home, and I actually think that it's gonna be way more fun. This one has really helped me since I've gotten married, as my wife is the type of person that she likes to have at least one, if not two date nights a week. And that, my friend, can get very costly very quick. And so planning date nights from your own home and using what you have to make it fun, to make it romantic, is going to save you a lot of money. Tip number 3 of things that you can do to start saving yourself money on a weekly basis and over the course of a year, I would say, and I've labeled this one as cutting back on unnecessary electrical or power expenses. If you own a home, you probably already know that each month a bill is going to be due and you're going to have to pay either the water company or the gas and electric company. There are ways, in fact many ways, that you can start saving money around your home when it comes to gas and electric and water. And of course, the typical way that you can save money on your electric bill is simply, ow, that was really loud, turning off the lights when you leave a room. I know I probably sound like your father growing up when I said that one, but in reality, that's a great way to save money because you're not going to be pulling from the electric and you're not going to have to be paying for all those minutes and hours that you leave the lights on. And if you do have to turn the lights on, which you're going to have to turn the lights on eventually, you can do things like buy energy efficient LED bulbs. I think it's something like one incandescent normal light bulb is equal to around 4 to 5 LED bulbs. That's how much better and how much more energy efficient they are. And that will in turn save you money not only every week, but also throughout the course of the year. And once again, you can go and take that money that you're saving and put it towards investments or paying off debt or buying some new fancy shoes. And as an added bonus, what you can do if you get an LED bulb is you should get ones that could dim. Because at nighttime, you might not need the full brightness of those bulbs to just be blasting into your pupils and hitting your retina and burning it all up. Instead, what you can do is get LED bulbs that can dim. That way, 6 o'clock or, some parts of the country, 4 or 5 o'clock, as it gets dark, you can dim those lights, and then not only can you see, but you're not going to be blinded by the lights as well. The other big area to save money when it comes to gas and electric is, especially around this time of year, with your heating bill. One way that you can really cut back on your gas and electric is to set up your thermostat so that it's on a timer, so that you're not burning through fuel or burning through electric while you're not even home to experience the warmth that your furnace is giving you. Trust me when I say this, that having a programmable thermostat will save you hundreds each year depending on where you live. I know for myself, we've been using a programmable thermostat at my house, and boy oh boy does it ever save us money. And so I highly recommend it. If you're looking to save money on your gas and electric bill, start with something like a smart thermostat, or even one that you can set a timer on to make it so that your heat or your cooling doesn't kick on when you're not even at the house. Moving on to tip number 4 that you can use to save yourself some money throughout the week. And now we're going to look at things that you have to do outside your home. We talked about things inside the home. Let's talk about some of the things that you have to do outside the home. One of the things we have to do outside the home is we have to buy groceries or we have to buy gas for our cars. And so tip number 4 is to use shopping sale days to either buy your groceries or get your gas. Let me explain. So a lot of grocery stores, depending on where you live, will actually have it so that certain days of the week, certain items in their store are either half off or at a discount. I know when I was in school, I actually stayed with my grandparents and we lived in upstate New York. And one of the things that I noticed was that a lot of the grocery stores would have discount days on certain days throughout the week where they would sell like chicken or beef at a lower price than they would on the more popular shopping days like Sunday or Saturday. And so by simply just keeping your ear to the ground and figuring out what days those are that those grocery stores have those cheaper items on sale, you can start saving yourself money each week or every time you go out and buy groceries. The other thing you can do, and I know this won't be applicable to everyone watching, but like I said, when I was in college, I stayed with my grandparents in upstate New York. And one thing I noticed and very much took advantage of was that all the gas stations in the county that we lived on Tuesday, specifically on Tuesday, would lower their gas prices by 5 cents. I don't know why they did this, but I very much took advantage of this. I only ever bought gas on Tuesdays. And so If you have something like that going on in your town or in your city, by all means, take advantage of that. Before we move on to tip number 5, I actually asked my wife, who helped me with a lot of the scripting for this video, and she actually gave me a couple different ways that she saves money, and so I kind of want to read them off to you, and maybe they will help you save money throughout the week. So the first thing she told me was not to shop on an empty stomach, and amen. You probably shouldn't do that, because when you go to the store, whether it be a dollar store or a Tops or a Wegmans, whatever it is, some of those stores are even geared and set up and designed so that when you walk in, you can smell like the cooking chicken or something else that's really gonna draw your attention in. And if you go in when you're hungry on an empty stomach, you are most definitely gonna spend more money to feed yourself. So don't do that. Don't go out shopping if you're hungry, because you are gonna spend more money. The second thing she told me is not to go to a store if you're stressed. So sometimes people like to go stress shopping. If they're stressed at home, they'll leave their house, they'll go drive somewhere, and they'll go shopping thinking that they're just gonna window shop, that they're just gonna take their mind off what's going on and go look at some nice items and things at Home Goods or whatever. The problem with that is that when you are stressed, you often aren't thinking clearly. And so you will do things to make yourself feel good, like buy something you don't need. And then you end up kicking yourself later because you spent 40 bucks for a decorative toilet roll holder for your bathroom, but then you realize it doesn't match anything in your bathroom, and then the store doesn't let you take it back, so you're stuck with this beautiful looking toilet paper roll holder. So don't do that. Don't go shopping if you're stressed. And lastly, before we get to tip number 5 of ways that you can save money throughout the week, the other honorable mention for tip for this list, and this is the one that I added, and that is to use the 24-hour rule when it comes to shopping for items online, especially online. And that is, if you're gonna add something to your Amazon wish list or even to your cart, wait 24 hours before you purchase it. I actually did this, I think it was last week, where I put another Funko Pop in my shopping cart. And I was like,
oh, this looks like a great idea. I'm gonna go buy it.
And I waited 24 hours, like I preach on this channel, and sure enough, the next day I was like, what was I thinking? So I pulled it back out of my cart and never bought it because I didn't need it. And the other thing you can do that kind of goes along with the 24-hour rule is ask yourself the question: if no one saw you buy it and no one saw you have it after you've bought it, would you still want it? You know, would you still want that piece of clothing or that hat or that watch or those shoes or that Funko Pop? Would you still want it if no one else saw it? That might be a helpful way to think about items we purchase, and then actually might save you some money. But anyway, let's close it out with tip number 5 of ways that you can save money throughout the week at your home, and that is to educate yourself on how to be a better home manager. Let me explain what I mean by that. There are a lot of things that could go wrong in your home, such as plumbing breakdowns or electrical issues, small electrical things. And if you do not know how to fix those problems, you're gonna call up the expensive repairman, and they're gonna come over, they're gonna wait 3 weeks, and then they'll come over to your house and fix it for like 300 bucks. Or what you could do is take 10 to 20 minutes to figure out and watch on YouTube or Google it ways that you can do small plumbing repairs or small electrical repairs around your home, or any other thing, maybe a DIY home improvement project. Simply taking the time to educate yourself and teach yourself how to do something instead of going and paying someone else exorbitant amounts of money to do it for you. So if you can, educate yourself, become a better home manager, and you will save yourself a ton of money either on certain weeks or especially throughout the year, because let's face it, things are gonna go wrong at your house, and it's best to be prepared for them mentally. Anyway, that is my top 5 list of ways that you can save money throughout the week and in turn save money throughout the year. And once you save that money, it's up to you with what you would like to do with it. I hope this video has inspired you to figure out and get creative with ways that you can start saving money throughout the week, and maybe share in the comments below of ways that you or your family save money throughout the week or throughout the year with different things that you do around your home. I really appreciate you guys getting to all the way to the end of my video. Take care. I will see you in the next one, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already.